You're listening to a best of broadcast of the RH3 Show. For more about the broadcast, please visit the rh3show.com.
Hey yo, Wiz, this is crazy right here.
Hey yo, Ash, you crazy for this one?
Hey, this is Quayla.
This is DJ Nicholas, gospel reggae artist from Kingston, Jamaica.
You are listening to my boy Red with the RH3 Show.
And you're listening to the RH3 Show. Keep it locked. Yo!
I know I gotta raise it down, raise it cause they call it to switch. Go ahead, cause I know I gotta give it up. If anybody wanna come and praise the Lord.
My old status that's from sinner to saint. As winners we can't live by the picture they paint, because they know their own inner is taint. So we must live our lives.
Y'all know exactly what time it is when I get on this mic, so I don't even know why I gotta keep telling you. Come on. What's up, y'all? This your boy Red, host of the RH3 Show. Thank you all so much for tuning in to today's broadcast, y'all. I'm geared up and I'm ready. Not so much, but I'm trying to. I try to do that between, as soon as I step in the building, between 5:30-ish, and try to get myself together. Y'all, come on here. I try to get myself together and psych myself up for radio, and because some days I come in here like, what am I going to talk to? It's my peoples. I gotta have them something tangible, something to leave off of, and y'all, and today is one of those days where I'm like, there's a lot going on. I need to sit down somewhere. So, breathe in, breathe out. Let's get it. Come on, y'all. Come on. I'm here for you all. I'm here for you. The RH3 Show, y'all, is a place, is a time, is a broadcast to where, it's for y'all. It is for y'all. It's for y'all. So if you're listening in your car, if you're listening at home with your families, if you're listening in the hospital, if you're listening elsewhere, you are in the right area. You're in the right area because I'm here to help cultivate you all and help you push to greater. All right, push to greater, and and I'm not here. Y'all know, for one, the vein which I speak in. Y'all know the platform that I stand on. Y'all know the grounds that I stand on. Y'all know the foundation that I stand on. So I don't need to keep throwing and let y'all know. But y'all will know when y'all hear me speak. Y'all will know when y'all hear this broadcast on, this is a great man of God. He do this, he do that, he talk about this. He has such respect for, women. He has such respect for grown men that's doing right. He got such respect for the young people that's doing right. This is it. This show is the show that you need. So, with that being said, continue to support me if you can. If you want to make a financial contribution, please do so. I have the Cash App. You can do the money sign, RH3 Show. PayPal. Use my email, rh3show@gmail.com. Whatever. I'm here to support you all, and if you want to support me financially, that's the way. You can also send me a check, email me, or mail me. Say I want your mailing address for, to send a financial donation or whatever. rh3show@gmail.com. That's the email. And, hey, may the Lord God come on here, bless you real good. What else do I have for you before I'll continue my speaking, or shall I just continue on? Because sometimes whenever I, switch, go from break to break, if it's not in my notes or in my show sequence, I'm gonna forget. But I'm gonna just continue on today, and we're gonna roll with it. However, whatever, I'll let y'all know what I got going on in a few minutes. But yeah, excuse me. Yeah, look. Hey, the RH3 show, y'all, is trying to go somewhere, and I need your support. And so, hey, this is basically my first time making this appeal, lengthwise on air. But y'all hear my commercial, and I gotta shorten that down some because I really cringe when I hear that because it's very long, and it shouldn't be no more than about 30-45 seconds, no more than a minute and 30. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, so if you can, hey, look, I'm trying to go places and share the broadcast, share my Facebook page, share the show Instagram page, instagram.com/the RH3 show, or at the RH3 show, and you can post a picture of my logo or me, or my promo picture, or reshare the promo video for the week, for promo ad for the week, or whatever, and hey, we'll get that done for you. Or youtube.com/I Rep a Savior, IREPASAVIOR, and that's all one word, I Rep a Savior. And yeah, but what we got on the show today, we're going to keep it rolling because y'all, I do want to apologize for one. First off, I'll give you the show secrets and what we got going on. First, I want to apologize for Thursday, y'all. When I tell y'all, from 2 weeks ago up until last night before I went to bed, and it's still going, it has been so busy. I've been so busy. And so we got last Tuesday's show. Y'all, I have not been on air in a week. Last Tuesday's show, down packed or whatever. And we had my niece on air, and I had my niece on air, and she was talking about bullying, and we try to, I said I was going to repeat that broadcast, but I don't know. If I have time at the end of the show, I don't know, whatever, half of the show might be a best of. I don't know. It just depends on what we got going on or whatever, because I have to hurry up and run out of here, and I'm late, actually, to my nephew's flag football game. So I try to be supportive in the community, whether it be my nieces and nephews, my son, my godchildren, whoever. I try to be supportive of them, and so I try to be supportive of them. And so today I'm going to hurry and get my stuff done. And Nina Taylor, she's coming in with the inside scoop of the red, and this is where we give you our honest, our unscripted opinion on today's world and entertainment news. I started off with the gospel news, and look, I do all of it. So, don't get me wrong to say he just do inside scoop news on the secular, whatever. And he just trying to, do whatever to compromise and trying to do this, do that, and the third to push his show. I am, but I'm not doing it compromisingly. No, I'm not. I'm whatever. If I need to get the support of the people, and hey, this show, the platform it started on was world and entertainment news, and whatever. Of course, it's good to make a change, but in that change, you don't want to lose your people. And so, with that being said, I give it, hey, it's just, news to let you know and say, hey, this is what's going on. This is what the world, what's going on in entertainment. Hey, look, some of us go to the movies and want to know what's going on with our favorite actor in that movie, or we just seen that actor in such and such movie, and this is what they got going on now, or what's going on television. Y'all, this is my vein. I love it. I love it. And it's just not no talking session and no gab fest or whatever you want to call it. I just love pop culture and love news and all of that, and just to be in the know. Alright? Be in the know. And so that's my duty here. Nina Taylor, she comes in with the gospel news with Nina. and you know, she talks about the what's going on in the gospel industry. You know, she give you a 365 Black History moment or whatever, and you know, she give you the top albums, any kind of charts that is going on, and sometimes, you know, she gives top charts of, you know, television show, whatever news she's talking about. Sometimes she'll correlate that with the top chart. So if she's talking about a Black entrepreneur, top 10 Black small businesses in America, that's her charts. You know, she give gospel news or whatever. So Nina Taylor is broad, y'all. Check her out. Check her out here on the RH3 Show every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. And her segment from the show also airs periodically throughout my flagship station. So whatever. But to support and continue to support Nina, I don't know if her PayPal is Gospel News with Nina, but please email her and say, hey Nina, I heard you on the RH3 Show. Thank you for, you know, what you do and your support, y'all. She's syndicated overseas, here in the country, throughout the states, whatever. She's big name, and I'm glad I have a big name here, you know, for pushing support and doing whatever. And with that being said, she has the Gospel News with Nina Taylor, Inside Scoop with Red, and you know, whatever. And then we got Real Talk with Red or whatever, and that is, you know, topical grown folk conversations, discussions, be it the topic, an Ask Red letter. I'll try to pull one of those out today. Y'all, I'm all over the place, as you can see. And so I'm going to have to stop talking in a minute. But today we got a special guest with us. He'll be on the phone in just a minute with Nina, who is... excuse me, y'all. It's real. But she's on... She's on satellite with our she's on satellite on the phone with our special guest today, none other than my look-alike. Y'all seen it in the promos. My boy Fred Hammond, he's here to talk to us about the Festival of Praise, Texture of a Man, y'all, whatever. But Nina is going to give us our gospel news for today, for this week, inside the Inside Scoop of the Red. So coming up is our girl Nina Taylor with This Week in Gospel News right here on the RH3 Show, and I'll try to pull, you know, something for you all. If not, we're gonna do the Inside Scoop of the Red, then our guest, and then the Real Talk with Red discussion. And if we got time for there, I'm gonna try to pull something out the bag, because hey, I should have planned on my vacation last week. Well, really, it wasn't no vacation. I took off of work from my regular weekly job outside of radio, and I took Friday off to go to South Carolina at Myrtle Beach to support a different, and that was one reason why I was not on air on Thursday. I was preparing myself to leave. My pastor had to go speak in Charlotte, and you know, that took services started at 7:30. Then my nephew and them came here while I was gone, and they was here at my house, and got it back home around 10ish or whatever, a little after 10, and I had not had one pair of clothes packed, and so I did that, and then whatever, and it was just all over the place. And plus, prior to all of that, I had a doctor's appointment, and you know, y'all know I don't drive, or some of y'all know that I don't drive, and so I had to catch the bus, and I was early, and you know, doing a lot of walking, and now my foot was swollen, and y'all, it's been a lot. But pray for your boy. And so, again, like I said, coming up is our girl, Nina Taylor, with This Week in Gospel News right here on the RH3 Show. Hey, 12 minutes of talk time and introduction or whatever, so we getting it going already. All right, you all, be back in a moment. It is the RH3 Show. For more about me as a broadcast, visit my website at therh3show.com. All right, and y'all, when I come back, part of my Inside Scoop of the Red, I'll continue to talk to you all about my dear I'll talk to y'all about her in a minute. Coming up next with the Inside Scoop of the Red. Be back in a moment.
You're listening to a best of broadcast of the RH3 Show. For more about the broadcast, please visit therh3show.com.
Here's Here's your little known Black History fact of the day. Lincoln University in Pennsylvania is the first institution for higher education founded for African Americans. It paved the way for the 104 other historically black colleges, which have produced distinguished alums like Thurgood Marshall, Spike Lee, and the one and only Oprah Winfrey.
The RH3 Show every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 p to 7 p Eastern. For more about the broadcast, please visit the rh3show.com.
Next week on the RH3 Show, we're gearing up and preparing ourselves for a March Madness month, including elephant in the room type discussions, special guests, contests, giveaways, and more here on the RH3 Show. This week, we're back live with all new broadcasts. And on Thursday, we have gospel recording artist Isaiah Templeton here with us to discuss his brand new album, This Life.
The RH3 Show every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 p to 7 p Eastern. For more about the broadcast, please visit the rh3show.com.
Are you looking for an experienced and passionate video production company that values your time and resources? Then look no further. 1301 Productions specializes in creative promotional concepts that promote your product, brand, or service. Our main goal is that we can help you reach your existing clients as well as potential clients successfully. Call today to set up your free estimate. 1301 Productions, creative concepts for creative clients. For more information about 1301 Productions, give them a call at 424-835-1301.
You're listening to a best of broadcast of the RH3 Show. For more about the broadcast, please visit the rh3show.com.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Want the latest news regarding the TV, movies, sports, politics, and music industry? It is time for the Inside Scoop with Red, right here on the RH3 Show.
Hi, I'm Nina Taylor, and here is your gospel news. Timothy Tim Bowman Jr., born May 26, 1987. He's an American gospel musician. He started his music career in 2012 with the release of Beautiful by Trippin' in Rhythm Records. His song, He Will, featuring Vicki Winans, his paternal aunt, charted on the Billboard magazine Hot Gospel Songs charts. He is a Grammy, Dove, and Stellar Award nominated artist. His critically acclaimed album, Listen, debuted at #1 on Billboard Gospel Albums charts and garnered 2 #1 singles off the project, I'm Good and Fix Me. Isabel Davis is a pastor, contemporary Christian recording artist based in New Orleans, Louisiana. Born and raised in San Antonio, Texas, she was brought up by her parents who were involved with Christian World Worship Center. She started singing as a toddler. A few years after she became the center's worship pastor, she and her husband moved to New Orleans, where they joined City of Love. Within 5 years, she was named the church's worship pastor, and it was around that time she released her first single, The Call. Joshua Rogers, Season 5 winner of BET's hit series Sunday Best. His debut release, Well Done, premiered atop the Billboard charts in 2012. He then released Unconditional, his first album with original content. He was the first male to win Sunday Best, as well as the youngest contestant to ever win at the age of 18. Before fame, he was an ordinary teenager. He was very shy and not used to performing in front of thousands of people. He didn't sing professionally until 1 year prior to Sunday Best. He was born in a small town in South Carolina called Greeleyville, raised by his mother and grandmother. He performed alongside Kurt Carr at the BET Celebration of Gospel tribute to James Cleveland. Here's your Black History moment. On December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks refused to relinquish her seat on a public bus. Parks' protests sparked the Montgomery bus boycott and galvanized the civil rights movement. Yet she was not the first African American individual in Montgomery to stand up against injustice in such a manner. On March 2nd, 1955, 15-year-old Claudette Colvin was riding home on a city bus after a long day at school. A white passenger boarded and the bus driver ordered Claudette to give up her seat. Claudette refused. She later told Newsweek magazine that I felt like Sojourner Truth was pushing me down on the shoulder and Harriet Tubman on the other side. I was glued to my seat. Colvin was arrested for her civil disobedience and briefly put in jail. The NAACP and other civil rights groups considered rallying around Colvin's case in their campaign against Alabama's segregation laws before focusing their efforts on Rosa Parks' protests 9 months later. The segregation laws of Montgomery and Alabama State were unconstitutional. Benjamin Banneker was born free in 1731. He lived in Maryland with his mother, a free African-American woman, and his father, a former slave. While researchers believe young Banneker spent some time attending a Quaker school, he had little opportunity for formal education, so the young man taught himself and soon revealed his brilliant mind. Flexing his ability to calculate the positions of celestial objects at regular intervals, Banneker began publishing almanacs from 1792 to 1797. Each issue included Banneker's astronomical calculations, weather predictions, and tide tables, as well as poetry and writing of literature, medicine, and politics. In 1791, Banneker joined a survey team which established the boundaries of the nation's capital. However, given the lack of historical documents, the exact nature of Banneker's participation is difficult to discern. Here's your Billboard Top 10 Gospel Songs in the Country. Number 10, Zacardi Cortez, Oh How I Love You. Number 9, Kirk Franklin, Love Theory. Number 8, Charles Jenkins, Can't Turn Back. 7, Tamela Mann, Potter. Number 6, Joshua Rogers, Pour Your Oil. 5, Kalante Gavin, No Ordinary Worship. 4, Fred Jerkins featuring Last Call with Victory. Number 3, Miranda Curtis, Nobody Like You, Lord. Number 2, Fresh Start Worship, Mention. And number 1 for 3 weeks, Jacqueline Carr with It's Yours. Well, that's your Billboard Top 10 Songs, your Black History Moment, and your Gospel News. I'm Nina Taylor. Let's get back to more great gospel music on this great station.
I just told you that's how I felt. That's how I felt. If I wanted to say that, I would have wrote it. I said what I said. You don't like it, you don't like it.
It's the Real Talk with Red segment right here on the RH3 Show. Yes, we are back. I said what I said, and that's how I felt. That's how I felt. And that is my introduction to the Real Talk with Red discussion. And during the Real Talk with Red segment, it is like a tree. This whole broadcast, this whole platform, the RH3 Show is whole like a tree. But I would say each segment is like a tree because it branches off to different segments and parts. And so the Inside Scoop with Red branched off Nina Taylor with gospel news and what's that other segment? Tell Me Something Good. That's branched off to the Inside Scoop with Red, and just a few on that one. But the Real Talk with Red is branched off with the Ask Red letter, which you can send me a letter at RH3. No, I don't even. You know what? I need to print off my during my next break, I'm gonna write it on my I'm right on this dry erase board ahead of me, and then so I can always remember that email. But until I do, email me at rh3show@gmail.com, and the letters and whatever will be read anonymously or whatever. But that's branched off with the Real Talk with Red discussion. Interviews is branched off through the Real Talk with Red discussion. RH3 Health Minute is branched off through the Real Talk with Red discussion. And what else? It's a few more. It's a lot. Yeah, I got a lot going on. But anyway, that's what's branched off in the Real Talk with Red discussion. Like I said, is branched off to everything. And so with today, I'm going to be, talking to you all about, I'm busy. I have a lot to do. I'm trying to stay professional, but I'm focusing my life on marriage. And so that's the topic of today. I'm not saying that I am, but I kind of am, somewhat sorta. But yeah. And that's the topic for today for the Real Talk with Red discussion. And we also have a part 2 of that. A part 2 of the Real Talk with Red discussion, and that is our interview on today with my boy Fred Hammond and Nina Taylor. She's on satellite in Ohio, and she is going to be speaking with him on the phone through satellite or whatever. And so we're gonna get with them in just a second, because radio is we try to be on time, but we also hate things happening. So yeah. And so today we're going to be, like I said, I'm gonna give you the actual title of it, but it is, hold on a second, expressing my desire for marriage, and it's all now this here, y'all, it is an Ask Red letter and a topic all into one. The letter reads, I'm nearly 26 and pursuing an exciting career, but one that I would be willing to put aside to get married and start a family. It's my ultimate goal to bring God glory, whether married or single. But since I'm single right now, I'm enjoying pursuing a professional goal. However, at times I'm suspicious that my current career focus may be getting in the way of being able to realize my marriage and family and dream. Pause right there. And I'll let y'all know what I'm going to say something, but I want you to remember that, because women have it a bit more harder. Well, in this aspect, overall, men have it more harder, whether it be you're working on a career or whatever, finding something. But just remember that statement there, because it's a way around that. And so I'll let y'all know in a minute. But anyway, continue on. Since I've embarked on my professional journey, I've been asked out much less, and my interactions with the guys have turned much more professional. I find that the young men in my life show a high respect for me and give me support and affirmation in my professional journey, which I'm thankful for, but not much romantic interest. How can I balance professional goals, but also tactfully make it known that I want to be married? Whatever your professional goals are, when you hang out with your friends, when you do whatever, let it be known. Don't, because I have a friend now, she wears a ring on her ring finger. Why? And she's not even married. Why did she do that? Because she said she made a covenant with God. And so that's between her and God. But I honestly don't think that was God. Why? Is because some guys want to approach you when they see that ring on your finger. I'm one of them. Reason being because I've seen, ladies, and would want to talk to her or want to holler, whatever, get a number, whatever, and I see that ring and I'm like, hot dog. And back in my dumb days or whatever, back in my early years, I still would try to, not really try to holler, but just flirt or whatever, playful, whatever, and could care less if she had a husband, boyfriend, or whatever. Hey, I'm not married to y'all. She is. And that was my thought and my mindset. And so now, since you living living a Christian life, trying to focus on a dynamic professional career, but you also want to tactfully put that you know that you're married. Go out. Hang out with your singles at church. Hang out with friends. More so female friends. But also acknowledge even on social media platforms that you are desiring marriage, but you also have a professional career. If I was to tell you anything about me, I am somewhat restricted due to and I have I'm gonna be a little transparent for y'all. With me having albinism, let's say this, with me having albinism, my vision is not the best. My vision is not the best, which hinders me from driving. That's it. It hinders me from driving. And so, how did I get all on that? Okay, I know, doing a lot of things or whatever, and being busy or whatever. But I try to put my mind on other things to not be, sad and down or whatever. And I'm not going to use the word depressed, because I try to, whatever I do, whoever I get mad at, whoever gets mad at me, I try to not let it get to a depressive state, and that's me. But anyway, sometimes I can get, down or whatever, and try to, change it. But with that vision impairment, I try to focus on other things that so won't get me down. And so with that being said, I'm working part-time. I get on here radio, which is allowing me sitting and doing on the mic, and I'm trying to write a book, and I'm trying to finish school. And so all of that is just trying to focus on a good career goal, journey, or whatever. As you can see, it's busyness. And so what I'm trying to say is, how can you do all of that, Red? And somebody I met online asked me that, look, you got all this, and you're still focusing on the wife? Yeah, I am. How? How? Well, hey, in between time, once I'm hanging out with, the singles enrichment group, and I let it be known, you can let it be known to other friends, and then they can say, well, hey, I got a girlfriend that, she's a dynamic girl, and she is very headstrong, and she's in working on a great professional career, but she's trying to seek marriage. She's trying to find somebody. Don't go out and tell people that you're looking for marriage. Friends, well, you can tell your friends or whatever, but just don't go, telling a random Joe, hey, I'm such and such looking for marriage, whatever. But if they come out, ask you out, do it. Go ahead. Don't turn it down. Do not turn it down. And you have to make, the whole point of this, what I'm trying to get to is, you have to make time. You have to make time for everything that you do. Every single thing that you do, you have to make time. And so, you have to make time. You have to make time, whether you're being busy or not. But how do you tactfully do it? Make time for it. Let your friends know that you're seeking it. And then once they, whatever, they got their boyfriend, got single friends, and, whatever. That's how you do. Just, hey, look, you and your girlfriend and her boyfriend go out on a date. Tell him to bring one of his single homies, and y'all, chill and hang out. Connect like that. But make your business time, and then extra time, if you have it, or extra time that you set aside, time to have fun. I mean, hey, that's what I try to tell folks. Living a saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, got Jesus on your side and running for your life, Christian life, does not have to be dull and dead. Come on here, people. And so just don't let it be dead, and don't let your professional life get in the way of it. I have a friend of mine, I'm not going to give her name or whatever, excuse me, but she works at a very, 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 very big name corporate office, a very big corporate industry. And she works, I don't know the particular department she works in, what her job duties is, because she has been, climbing up the professional ladder, since she's been in that, with that corporation. And so she is a graduate of a very prestigious college. She has a lucrative job career. She has her own house. She's raising a son, and she also take time out on the weekend to hang out, go on dates, I believe, and this, that, and the third. How do I know? Like I said, she's a good friend of mine, and at one point I wanted to holler, and but hey, I guess your boy's not her type, but hey, it is what it is. She's still a great friend, and so it is what it is, and keep on moving. But she's doing the thing. She's doing the daggone thing, about working a great job, trying to do things in the community. She's part of the Chamber of Commerce for Black professional leaders, whatever. And she's doing the thing. And, she sets and make time for what she has to do. And so, if she want to go date, she's hang out and do whatever. And so I say that to you, letter writer. Don't let that your professional goals stop you from going out. And then that first date, what are you into? Have fun. And then on that second date, and I tell folks, I personally give myself between 3 to 6 months to know where this relationship is going. After that 6 months, if I don't know for sure, bam, I'm out the door. And I won't, do it disrespectfully, and I'll let it be known. I won't leave you hanging, but I'll let it be known. And so, I said all that to say is, hey, you don't have time to be wasting on people. If you, hang out, do whatever, by that second date, you end up telling them, hey, look, here's my focus on this relationship. I don't know what you have planned for, but I said my next one, I'm focusing and working on being married. And, I know that's a lot throwing on you, but I'm not here to play games with people, and I don't know what your grounds are or whatever, and I'm not forcing you to, marry me, but I know within 6 months, I know where I need to be going and where I need to be headed. Bingo. And so by that time, if you're not, and I'm not saying that, again, I'm not rushing you or whatever, but even within those 6 months, even if you don't, y'all, why is y'all calling me while I'm on air? Even if you don't propose to me, excuse me, even if you don't propose to me within those 6 months, I need to know that that's where we're going to go, or close to it within the next 6 months. You feel me? And so, if I'm, and this is, I'm telling you this, as you being a lady, and you can see this, or you can try to expect this, in your dating or whatever. By the second or third date, make sure you letting him know that, look, this is where I'm trying to, get to. I'm not talking about this particular relationship right now, because this is like the third date, maybe within the third week, because I say within a month, you should have it, at least have had no more than 2 or 3 days. And so by that first month or the month and a half, you probably should have been told him, look, I don't want to put no pressure on you. We're grown folks, and I've played, for so long, and I'm done with playing. And I always said, this is what I'm working towards during this relationship. And that's what I said, it's kind of hard for men to do that. I mean, it's kind of hard for women to do that. And I'm glad it all came to me. But it is hard for women to do that, because she has to have, ladies, y'all have to have a set goal and a set agenda for your life as well, along with men, and basically y'all the main ones, really. But it's kind of hard for you to let a man know? Oh, well, let me back up. For first of all, a boy, because there's different stages of a man. Boy, a boy. What is it? Boy. I have it in my book, but and I'll tell y'all about my book probably within the next few weeks. But I have it in my book. But anyway, it's different stages, and you know, you a boy by age. No, you a boy by birth. You a man by age, and then I think you're a gentleman by choice. I think that's the three that I have in there. But all of us are boys, but it depends on your maturity level, whether when you get to a man, and when you get to a gentleman, and then when you get to a chivalrous gentleman, and that's that. And so if you're dealing with a boy now, then he's not going to understand, you know, when you tell him, okay, you know, this is what I'm trying to do. He's not going to understand that. He's not going to understand. I'm telling you right now, he's not going to understand it. And so, if you're dealing with a man, 9 times out of 10, he may understand, or he may continue to string you along if you give him too much of yourself, or if you give him too much of what you're trying to do. Because if you give him too much of what you're trying to do, he's going to string you along probably into that 5th or up close to that 6 months and then drop you. But you stay focused. You don't give stuff out the first date, ladies. Come on. You don't give it, you know, even sexual wise. You don't give up your cookies early. You don't give up your you don't give up your cookies at all. You know, whether it be the first date, second, third, fourth, or fifth. If he's still dating and courting or whatever, and he's not your husband, don't. I'm serious. And this is the real talker thread, and that's what I call it. But anyway, let me simmer down some. But you don't give everything out firsthand. That's why I say between the second, third date, and even by that time, you don't. You just, you know, by conversation. And also just in the back of your mind, okay, I see where this is going. Maybe by the 4th or the 5th month maybe, then that's when you let it all out on the table, you know, really what you're trying to do. I would say that. And so okay, here's a timeline. First, and then I'll give y'all mine in a minute. Because I always told y'all that, you know, soon in the future that I'm going to give you my timeline of dating or whatever. And so this is a perfect time. And then we got to go and take a break because I'm about to call him John P. Key. My boy Fred Hammond is here. Nina Taylor is there with him on the phone or whatever. And so, by the date, and ladies, some people always tell you, don't put yourself out there. Don't go out and tell, you know, don't tell, you know, other men that you whatever. Let him court you. But if you still sitting around and single or whatever, can't find nobody, 9 times out of 10 you can throw hints, but if he's feeling you, then he'll let you know then, and then you back off a bit. But ladies, some ladies can sit here and say, well, it's not a lot of guys around here and a lot of guys or whatever. But what if they don't see you? Of course, what if they don't see you, or what if they don't know, you know, whatever? You cannot just go hardcore out on and say, look, hey, player, partner, what's up? You want to holler? I mean, I want to holler at you. You know, I think you look good or whatever. I think you fine or whatever. You can't go out and do that. You know, just throw hints or whatever, and be the girly girl that you are. And do what you gotta do to tag him. And then, you know, if y'all go out on, you know, don't ask him out on a date once y'all trying to kick it or whatever. Then he'll probably say, well, hey, how about, you know, hang out, can I get your number or whatever, whoop de wop. Don't ask no man for his number. Don't do it. Don't. Let him ask for yours, and then he'll say, well, then we'll say, okay, well, thank you for asking. Can I get yours as well? That's how you tag a man that you want, that you trying to look for. In my case, at this present time, as I'm talking to you, am I looking for it? Semi. I have my eyes set on somebody here in my city, But, working on that. Do I multiple date? No. Am I, but if I go to that point to where I don't want to holler at her, or I'm trying not to, do I continue on? Yes. And I'm in me, what I do, like I said, I don't let it out in the bag first. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish this, and I'm gonna, close this part of it out. Then coming up next is Nina and my boy Fred Hammond. They're gonna be talking about Festival of Praise and the Texture of a Man or whatever, and his album. But so hold on, keep it where you got it. Yes, I don't let it out all in one bag, and then I sit back and watch it. So, and an incident happened probably about a couple months ago, probably about the first of the year. I would say yes, the first of the year. I was, conversing with somebody and whatever, and I liked her, whatever, and so I just held it back for a little bit. And I'm kind of glad I held it back, because it was an embarrassing reason that I did, and I'm not giving you the embarrassing reason or whatever. And just know that it dealt with a 100% woman. If you got in the back of your head that, he thought that was a woman, it wasn't. No, she was 100% woman. Let me set that out and lay that on the table so you won't be thinking. But anyway, and so that was, only about 5 people know the real reason why I stopped. But, she don't. But, and the reason why I say she don't is because she didn't get the vibe of me, wanting to holler at her. I was just, filling out the area. And that only took about 3 times. And then after that 3rd time, out of the conversation, I found some stuff out. And I was like, you know what? It has to stop here. And so that's that. But, yeah, ladies. And like I said, my timeline, look, within the first, same thing as yours. First few months, filling the room, filling the atmosphere, area, whatever. If I like you, then, we'll continue on. By that 6th month, I'm going to tell you, look, hey, if I still feel you as a friend, I'm going to feel you as a friend. If not, I'm going to say, hey, look, by that 6-month date, that's whenever you going to really know that I'm really digging you. And I'll end up telling you, may not propose within that 6 months, no. But I just, make a big shindu of, letting the world, social media, family, whatever, that you mind. And even not, I'm not even saying that I won't do that within the first few months. But even with my, second to the last relationship, that's what I did. And so, and even so, you have to watch that, because there's people out there praying on your relationship, wanting you to do bad and wanting you to do this, that, and the third, and want to see you fail. And so you can't throw too much of that out on social media. Even if you do, make sure you cover up her head, or make sure you cover up his head, or make sure you do whatever and say this, or just show hand, body parts like your hand or feet or whatever. Don't just let them see, him or her. And I try to tell my nieces and them out there, look, don't go putting everything on social media, even with your relationships, because people is hating on you. But anyway, same timeline that I have is what I just told you all of yours. By that 6 months, I'll let you know. 12 months, between 6 and 8, proposal. 8 to 10, 8 to 12, marriage. But even so, within maybe 5 to 6, it could be, marriage or whatever. But lady, what I would say to this in the end, just go out. Tell your friends to, hey, look, if your significant other, boyfriend, whatever, husband got a good, respectful, I'm not really too much, chivalrous gentleman, then hey, introduce them and say, let's all go out. That's it. And that's how you do it. Alright? Alright, sorry y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I've been rambling for going on 27 minutes. And coming up is the interview that I've been waiting on. My boy Fred Hammond is here on the RH3 show. Be back in a minute, alright? Come on here, Fred. Come on.
You're listening to a best of broadcast of the RH3 show. For more about the broadcast, please visit the RH3show.com.
Next week on the RH3 show. We're gearing up and preparing ourselves for a March Madness month, including elephant in the room type discussions, special guests, contests, giveaways, and more here on the RH3 Show. This week, we're back live with all new broadcasts. And on Thursday, we have gospel recording artist Isaiah Templeton here with us to discuss his brand new album, This Life.
The RH3 Show every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 p. to 7 p. Eastern. For more about the broadcast, please visit the rh3show.com. Hi, everybody. It's Nina Taylor, and on the telephone, I've got one of our favorites here in Ohio and around the world, the legendary Fred Hammond. He is currently touring with the biggest gospel concert there is, Festival of Praise. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Well, first, I want to go back just a little bit. Want to talk a little bit about you, your start in the gospel industry, a little bit, touch on what's going on with Commission, and then what's happening now with the new album and the tour.
Not really sure what's going on with Commission.
Okay.
So I can't really do much on that.
Okay. I saw a video with you guys just recently. You just kind of got together for a day.
Well, it was for Michael Brooks' appreciation.
Okay.
We just went to celebrate him.
Okay, that sounds awesome. All right, so what's going on with the Festival of Praise? You guys have been touring now for a couple of months. How did you come up with the idea to put together a group of gospel artists and tour around the world?
Well, it's pretty much a God idea. We just got together and talked to people, said what we wanted to kind of do, and they agreed, and we wanted to make it different and innovative, and here we are.
Well, how does the selection process go with picking what artists are going to be on the tour? And I noticed you have all men this year. What's that about?
Well, we have all men singing, but we have female actors. Because it's a musical, and this year it just worked out that way, and the brothers that got together. That's what we called it, Texture of a Man.
Okay, so there was no other reason, like we're just going to do all male singers this year, or was it just kind of happened that way?
Kind of happened that way, but either way, it's we've had some dates with Erica Campbell and different ones with this one and that one, so it just worked out. Columbus, it worked out this way.
What makes a great gospel artist?
A person who can connect, a person who is effective, a person who can take the Word of God and make it relevant to today's time to a lot of different people.
Okay. How do you think social media has affected the gospel industry?
I think it's keeping it alive. I think it's keeping it relevant. I think that's what it's done. It's affected in that way. Other than that, it's like, if we weren't on social media, I think we'd kind of be in a worse position.
Really? So you think it's actually helping?
I believe it is. Yeah, it's advertising. It keeps you connected with the people who love you and walk close to you and who you get a chance to bless and who bless you. Okay, I saw, I follow you on all social media. You were in the studio just recently. Was that making a new album, or are you just kind of brainstorming? I've been writing for a while now, and I'm about to put out a few songs, and, just kind of take it easy. I'm independent now, so,
Okay.
But, I've just put a few songs together. I'm independent, and I'm enjoying it now because I don't have to worry about, how singles sound and, trying to compete.
Okay, so a lot of artists are going independent now. You think it's better just to have the freedom of, just all the way around? What's the pros and cons of it?
Well, I know for me it is, I've been with a record label for over 30 plus years. And now I get the chance. I don't have to kind of worry about the status quo, and I don't have to be pushed into any kind of sound. I can do exactly what I want to do. I can speak to social consciousness, like I have what's going on the new little rendering I have for Marvin Gaye. And they say, well, why would you do something like that? Well, I'm just kind of repeating what's going on from back in the 60s, police brutality and, black on black crime and white on white crime, the violence of the day period. kids getting shot at school. So I wanted to do something that would reach the masses so that I can have a chance to talk about it otherwise, so it gives you a freedom, plus I can whatever I wanted.
Okay. Well, that sounds awesome. We can't wait to hear that album. And that one will be ready when?
Well, I'm actually getting ready to have a few here at the Festival of Praise that I'm just having. That's called the Collector's Edition, just for people who come to the Festival of Praise. So, it's all good there. And then we have, it should be coming out pretty soon, pretty much by June, but I'm releasing, small pieces at a time. I may not release a whole album, at one time. I may just do 2 or 3 songs and, hopefully, to get some radio play cool, get some internet play cool. I'm not even pushing, just chilling. And I make the music that I want to make and say what God tells me to say exactly. My last offering was a studio album, and it was called Worship Journal Live, and nobody knew about it. It didn't get great radio, it didn't get it, but when people hear it, they're like, wow, this is a great praise and worship record.
It is?
Now I don't have to worry about, whether the radio gets, whether it gets radio play or if they pay the rep to go and pay, to talk to radio stations and say, hey, would you play Fred Hammond's record, please? Nah, we good. We good. Here you go. I got a little couple stashes in my trunk. Hey, you want to buy it? We good. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's like pre-retirement is what I was about to say.
Mm-hmm. You're not thinking about retiring anytime soon, are you?
Well, as effectiveness goes, I may. As long as I'm effective, I'm okay. When it stops being effective, I know that's when it's time to bow out and say, thank you, everybody. Thanks for the message.
Wow. Well, what is the advice that you could give? That every day there's new people breaking into the gospel industry. What is your advice for someone new starting out in gospel?
Number one, make sure that you're doing it for the right reason and not just to be a star. God is not looking for stars. He's looking for people who are willing to be effective, who are willing to take down and be humble. And those are the ones he's using to lift up. Now, you got to be good at what you do, too. Just because you want to sing gospel music, that don't mean you're good at singing it. Mm-hmm. These kids out here now that are singing are amazing. Travis Green, Tasha Cobb, and then you have just Jonathan McReynolds, man, Jonathan Nelson, all of these people out here now, man, great. Plus, you got the ones right before that generation, Israel and Todd Tribbett and the rest of them. Then you got us old heads. So it's a lot out here. So make sure you're good at what you do. Practice your craft, but be willing to go anywhere and sing it anytime. Work social media to your advantage. Let people know what you're doing, and just be willing.
Well, that is some good word and good advice right there. All right. Well, we'll be looking forward to seeing the Festival of Praise tour. It's going all over the world. How much longer are you guys on the road?
Till about May the 20th. Mm-hmm. Festival of Praise has been getting better and different every year. This one right here is a musical. It starts from beginning to end. It goes from film to drama to a concert to worship to comedy to a film to a play to a comedy to worship to praise, all seamlessly throughout the whole 2.5 hour event. So this is something you may never see again, or it could be a game changer.
All right. I thank you so much, Fred Hammond, for being on the show today. Thank you so much.
Blessings. Thank you.
Thanks to my partner, my boy, Fred Hammond, for being on the show. Thank you, Nina. I hope you are well there in Ohio. Thank you so much for that interview. All right. Yeah, like I was saying, I meant to mention, y'all, Pastor Jamila Young Mitchell. I think I mentioned her on a couple weeks ago. But continue to check her out. CarChronicles.org. Go to Facebook and search Jamila Young Mitchell, JAMELIAH Young, YUNG-Mitchell. And she's the pastor of Unity Church Charlotte. And, she's the pastor of and the overseer and the founder of the Car Chronicles movement. Yeah, I watch her broadcast every morning at 7:30. What? Seriously? Come on here. But yeah, check her out and that's it, y'all. That's it. That's all I got. Y'all enjoyed today's broadcast? I did. I'm exhausted. And, yeah, I am. Seriously, y'all, I gotta go. I'll go ahead and close out the broadcast now. For more about me or the broadcast, you can visit my website at therh3show.com. Check me out every day, y'all, on podcast platforms, Google Play Music, Apple iTunes, Anchor.fm, Radio Public, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Spreaker, YouTube, youtube.com/I Represavia. I'm all over the place, as you can tell this broadcast. You can visit my website at therh3show.com. Check me out every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. on my flagship station or on the podcast platforms. Again, follow me on social media at therh3show.com. That's on Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, and Instagram. I'll talk to y'all on Thursday. We celebrating our moms on Thursdays because coming up the weekend is Mother's Day weekend. Be back on Thursday, same place, same time. Peace.
Go ahead, 'cause I know I gotta give it up. If anybody wanna come and praise the Lord, praise the blood they call me to switch. I know I gotta praise them now, praise the blood they call me to switch. Go ahead, 'cause I know I gotta give it up. If anybody wanna come and praise the Lord.
Party people. See you later.
This has been an encore presentation, a best of broadcast of RH3 Productions. For more about me or the broadcast, you can visit my website at therh3show.com.